Hi, this is Callan Diggs, author of the Reaching the Finish Line series. And I'm going to take the opportunity to follow up regarding the previous video and where I briefly talked about being in cities and where there is an excess of jobs and not enough people, and also or maybe living in cities and where there is a high unemployment rate. Now, specifically in the latter case, specifically in the former case, when you have an excess of jobs and not enough people, then essentially there is a great benefit that puts you in a position of power. Okay? And that led me to a survey that I saw this morning, and it's from this company called Robert Half, which is like a big employment staffing firm. And they found that more than 1 in 4 workers have backed out of a job offer, more than 25%. One of the main reasons being that they dread having to turn the companies down, telling them no, and as a result, they just say yes, but they don't show up for work. Now, some people struggle with saying no to people, but you can do this in a more professional way because you don't want to burn bridges. Okay, in certain locales, there is more of a knit community. People know, like for example, if it's small cities, people know each other. So you don't want to burn any potential bridges in the future. Okay, so let's just say that you have multiple job offers on the table. Okay, let's say you have 2, let's say you have 3. Okay, one thing you want to do throughout this whole interview is you want to keep it positive. Okay, so right from the beginning, as the employer gets to know you, and right from the time where the hiring manager wants to extend you a job, you want to keep it positive. Even if they're offering you a salary that you think may not be the average compared to your, let's say, degree or your years of work experience. But for the brevity of this video, let's just say that you had 2 employers. Okay? One employer was offering you $54,000. Okay? And you met with this employer, and this employer was offering you $50,000. Okay? Now, typically, people will finish their round of interviews because they want to see all the offers that they have. Okay? I think that's the best thing to do instead of saying yes on the first offer. Okay? But what do you do when the second company that you interview with offers you something lower and you know that they have the budget? They're a big company. Maybe based on things you have read, maybe based on people you have known in the past who worked for that company. Consider this. You can say something like this. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to work together. I'm very excited about what we can possibly do in the future, although I don't quite feel that it's mutually beneficial. I will be happy to work together to find an ideal, mutually beneficial arrangement for us both. So if you see how I frame that, it's positive the whole way. Although it shows the hiring manager that you're interested to work with them, but you're not exactly satisfied with what they're offering you. Now, the employer may say, well, okay, well, what do you have in mind? That's a very ambiguous question. You can reply with, let's say, the truth. You can say, well, this company is offering me $54,000. This competitor is offering me $4,000 more. I will be happy to discuss to see that if you can match that, or if we can come to a total benefit package that is the equivalent. So there, again, you're keeping it positive. You're not saying, oh, well, I can just work here because they pay me more money. You always want to keep it positive from beginning to end. Now, maybe the hiring manager can give you an answer immediately. Maybe the hiring manager has to talk with someone else to be able to give you an answer. But you can essentially use that type of wording, and you can take that with you through multiple job interviews. And as a result, you can take these various job offers and throw them against each employer using analogy. And as a result, if the employer really wants you, then they're going to become more flexible and a bit more flexible. So keep that in mind. It's my intention for you to reach the finish line,